Today on the Stay-at-Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make my favorite steak seasoning. A really nice prime cut of steak really doesn't need much more than salt and pepper, but I buy a lot of choice grades of meat, and sometimes I like to switch things up and give it a little extra flavor. This is my go-to steak seasoning. It makes for a great steak every time. For my rub, I use salt, black pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And of course, you just stir your seasoning all together. So the ratio I'm using today, I'm gonna make about 1/3 cup total. So it starts with 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of white pepper, and I like to use the combination of white and black pepper. They come from the same plant, but they are processed differently, which causes the change in color. White pepper is hotter, while black pepper has a more complex flavor. White pepper has more earthy and floral notes. Next up, it's 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, which adds a little bit of a smoky flavor and color. Then stir this all together. Then we can transfer this to an airtight container where it'll stay good at room temperature for somewhere between 1 and 3 years. It kind of depends on the age of the ingredients you're using to start with. So you can easily scale this up or down depending on if you just want to make a couple steaks for dinner tonight, or if you want to make a large batch and use it for the next year. Now when you want to cook a steak, what I do is rub a little bit of oil on each side real quick, and then season each side generously with that delicious steak seasoning. Now I don't like to rub it in because I find that just sticks to your fingers, but if you end up with little piles, you can kind of spread it around so it's evenly coated and give it a little pat instead of rubbing. Then you're ready to cook. You can throw this on the grill, but today I'm going to show you how to do it indoors by searing it on the stovetop, and then since this is such a thick steak, I'm going to finish it off in the oven. We're going to sear our steak in a smoking hot skillet over high heat. After 2 to 3 minutes, give it a quick flip. Then since this is a ribeye and has a nice little fat cap, we'll turn it on its side to render that fat. Then you could finish this off on the stove, but with really thick cuts of steak like this, I finish mine off in the oven, which just produces a little bit more even of a cook. I'm gonna add in a little bit of butter and let that melt so I can baste my steak with it, and then slide it into the oven. How long you cook your steak depends on the size and thickness of your steak. You can always use a meat thermometer to ensure 100% accuracy. The technical correct way to cook a steak is medium rare, but you can cook yours however you'd like. Every once in a while, open your oven and spoon on some of that butter to baste your meat. Once your steak reaches your desired level of doneness, you are ready to eat. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.